Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We got some gems to get now. You're welcome.
So we hear her voice
saying, "Hey guys, want to get into some trouble?"
And immediately I'm like, yes.
Come outside.
So I will go downstairs. Like, hey!
And their ruse is.
So I got a good tip about some gems in the northeast corner of the mine. Northeast shaft has been closed off to some of the workers. So I'm meeting Steve and Toblerone here in about half an hour south of town.
What do Steve and Toblerone look like?
I described them not like a candy bar. I don't actually know, but yes, I do know. I recall their details impeccably.
Are they hot? I'm just asking for a friend.
Good looking.
I mean, they are minors.
Does anyone have a glass of water? This girl's thirsty.
To be fair, they're doing hard manual labor every day.
So, buff. But they might be dwarves.
They're humans.
No, they're humans.
Oh, they're humans. Yeah.
So they're of the appropriate height.
It was for scientific reasons I asked.
In case you're
We're taking a
curious,
poll.
Steve is of fair skin, brown eyes, and blonde hair. Toblerone is of a dark chocolatey skin.
Of course.
Brown eyes
You
with
just eat him right up.
with a hair.
With
that-
air.
with hair.
With hair.
Hair that has been seemingly dyed white.
Okay. Sounds interesting. I'm in. Should we find the dwarf?
Seemed like he was snoring up a storm over there,
That
so I
feels
didn't
like
want to wake him.
backtracking.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go. I'm ready.
Alrighty. Try not to freak them out. They don't know that you guys are coming, so.
My face
Figure
alone.
we could use some extra
It's
hands,
pretty
though.
creepy.
I
Just
will
maybe
use
hang
my winning
back
smile.
a little bit.
Can we use... I have a disguise kit. Can I disguise myself to look like a human? How do I
don't
cover
think
my
that
Minor
horns?
illusion? I don't know.
Wear a hat.
I'm gonna wear a hat.
Distract them with mage hands. You'll do one and I'll do the other and they'll just do jazz hands.
Each jazz hands.
I'll put
Excellent.
on a hat. Does that will help?
You could put on a Guinan hat. That would totally cover them up.
Do you have one of
Princess
those
Dawn
in your
doll.
disguise kit?
I have costumes.
Perfect.
One of them is a Guinan costume.
Might just
What is
regret
it?
them.
It looks like a nun. Kind of.
I don't know. I think this is making it worse.
Right. It's now Sister Act.
Okay, just hang back a little bit. And
I'm
we'll...
just gonna put on a hat and hide.
How persuasive are you guys?
Hey, commoners like me, yo.
I am extremely persuasive
Alright,
and
we'll just
very
try to
charismatic.
lay on the charm so that they're on
I
board
can
with
charm
this. I think
persons.
we could use a couple extra hands.
I got some tricks up my sleeve. I'll make it work.
Head south of town.
Heading to the south of town, you find yourself at the south gate. It is closed in front of you. Testing the door, it is not. And it's surprisingly unlocked.
Head through.
Going through. Did you close the door behind you?
Yeah.
Sounded like you said meow for a second. I was very
Meow.
confused. I was like, don't speak cat.
Wait,
But
if we close the door behind us. Never mind.
But what?
People will notice if it's open. Maybe. And we can just go around.
Thunder wave.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
as are the worst.
Or the best.
What if it's like Thunderwave?
Oh.
What if it's unlocked
Thunderwave.
Going through the door, the gate, they see two silhouettes about 50 feet away hanging out underneath a tree.
Head over.
Heading over there,
They can hang back just a little bit so they
They
don't
We'll
see-
hang
hang
out
out.
a little bit.
the two forms of Steve and Toblerone.
Hey guys, thanks for the tip. I figure we could use some extra muscle just in case things get hairy.
Steve and Toblerone are immediately put on edge. You see them tense up and freak out.
They
Did
don't
you-
have to come in with us
Can I use
unless
Word
it's
of
clear.
Darkness?
What?
To make them feel bad for you.
They don't see you. They only see your silhouette.
Oh.
So they can't feel pity
That's
upon
probably bad.
form.
I'll just prepare Thunderwave.
Steve looks aghast that you would betray them in such a way. Toblerone says, "Do you trust these people?
With my life.
We've already come this far. But no funny business."
course not. I figure it's just extra hands so we can carry more.
No funny
All
business.
funny.
You know,
No
more to
business.
share.
I'm wearing like one of those beer heads.
You guys got your
Dude,
pickaxes?
that would be perfect! Just
Just
like
like
two little
forward.
cups where your horns are. Sorry.
Of course.
Sorry.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, in the darkness, they say... What was that?
That's a 20. Because deception! I'm like, oh, hopefully they believe us even though they can't see a pickaxe on us.
Well, they totally bought your
I
deception.
have a hammer.
Steve and
I
Toblerone
beckon them over.
start to guide the other three to the lost and now found Wave Echo Cave. After traveling for about an hour, they find themselves at the entrance to the Wave Echo Cave. Steve says this is the westernmost entrance. It'll take us, it's the most direct route to the mine shaft with all the gems. There are 2 dwarven guards outside. Remember the bribe? It's 50 gold each. I assumed you could pay.
Of course.
Can your friends?
Hey, Steve. How you doing?
That's her,
Charm
that's
person.
the
Charm
motion that
spell?
goes with
Okay.
the charm spell.
Don't I do a roll of save?
It's
I
a
should.
wisdom. You have to get 13.
I get a 5. Steve is now charmed. Steve says, cool. Glad you have it too. Looks at you. Flinches for a moment. Is that a dragon?
Oh, Dragonborn.
Toblerone says, like, the fuck's the difference?
Well, you know, they tend to be a little nicer.
Neither seem convinced. They say, okay. So they go up to the dwarven guards and both deposit 50 gold pieces, or a bag containing 50 gold pieces, in the hands of one of the guards. And go inside.
I wanted to charm Steve to pay for me.
Hypothetically,
You can see,
You
like,
didn't ask.
yeah, you can do that though. Like if you want to.
He's already
hypothetically
done it.
speaking,
Well,
can
he just
my
went
mage
past
hand
and be
go
like,
and
"Hey,
steal
Steve, you
their
got
coin
this, right?"
purse, and then
You're technically yes, although, however, your mage hand is not invisible.
what if they just don't see it because it's dark and it's not glowing? It's just floating.
So I'm gonna call it like, Steve, you got me, right?
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Steve goes back and scrounges out another pouch, drops it in the hand of the guards. The guards look a little confused. Steve, you've never been this generous before. Steve's like, yeah, but I like this one. Guards look at him oddly. Steve continues back inside.
I follow.
I piece out 50 gold. And,
Quill and Ruse are both in the mine.
hey guys, she's good for it. I wouldn't stand in her way though.
Roll for
Can I use
intimidation.
Heart of Darkness?
I was trying to do persuasion.
Oh,
Still
okay.
do that.
Roll persuasion then.
So 22.
Okay. Now you need me to roll against you. God, I love rolling against.
My
Ooh.
intimidation is +6.
I mean,
Do you want to try to intimidate your way past?
Yes.
we did persuade.
Well, she just failed to
Hold on,
persuade
let's
me.
see.
She failed to persuade.
Okay.
So I mean,
It's
She's
close.
like, yeah, she's good when I get gold in my hand. Yes. That's a 10.
And then, do I get the +6?
Yes, that's a
And
4 plus a 6.
Bardic
Someone hit me
inspiration.
with a bardic inspiration.
You're
He's
bardically
fine.
inspired for a plus 6.
yeah. So do,
Well, plus d6. That's a 6.
So 16.
They are intimidated. They
They
push back and they're just like, just go, just go.
Axyla hisses.
As you were.
Told ya.
Gruntle ham snores.
Very gruntled with eating all of the ham. And cheese.
Snoring
And
back at the end.
Gruntleham has replaced his pillow with a wheel of cheese. He is sleeping upon it, thinking of little sheep cheeses hopping over a cheese fence into a queso lake.
Cheese fairies. Cheese.
You are now in the mine.
Alright, I follow Steve and Toblerone.
Steve and Toblerone take you down a very narrow shaft, wide enough at just 3.5 feet.
Just wide enough shaft. It's fine.
Is everything I say a dick joke?
Yeah.
Everything.
Just
You know, like 90%.
Just shaft and late night action and
Erections.
erected tower. That's it. Those are the only
There's a lot of
Self-erected
construction that happens with... Yes.
just those things.
Falling through, after about 50 feet, a shaft opens up into a wide cavern with stalagmites and stalactites.
How many times are you gonna hit me with your dice?
How many times am I gonna need to hit you with my dice?
I feel like I'm funny, and I should have taken that spell where everything I say is hysterical.
Except you don't talk.
There's that.
It's really
I
nice.
should have taken the spell.
Look
where
at the
everything you
clicks
say
are.
is hysterical.
Yes.
Anyway, it opens up into a wide cavern with 3 smaller shafts going on. In this large cavern, and down each shaft, you see mini mine carts. You see tracks for the mine carts to be transported on, and you see butt tons of mining tools in an orderly fashion along one wall behind a desk, as if they are checked out, like library books.
Are we gonna be walking right past there?
You can if you need to.
Why,
I
yes,
feel like we should take
them.
Walking over, 3 mining picks are acquired. Steve and Toblerone sit there talking amongst themselves, and you hear confused mutters between them. Steve, no, I told you it was the shaft on the left. As you go down the left, and then it's on the right. And Toblerone's like, no, are you stupid? It's the middle shaft. It's halfway down, and then it's on the left. Like, that's how you get there. And you see them constantly bickering between themselves.
So they seem to be confused.
It seems that way.
Which way is supposed to
Can
go?
we not check on both? You said northeast.
Yeah, but this entire thing is part of the northeast shaft. It's just how to find it again. I only got to see it for a minute, Steve says. Looking at Toblerone. Toblerone's like, I saw it for a half second longer than you did. I remember where we were.
Well, let's see where you can take us. To knock all the gems loose.
No, just sweep them up.
I vote Toblerone. He seems more confident.
Vote Toblerone.
Yeah.
Let's try that first.
Toblerone versus Steve. I mean, Toblerone. I thought Steve was a pretty cool guy.
I mean,
Well,
it did
Toblerone seems more confident and comfortable with where it is. Steve seems
Steve to
unsure.
pay for
Also, chocolatey goodness.
Yes.
Anybody?
Yeah.
Very, very much so.
And they're blonde.
The worst.
Blondes are the worst.
Following Toblerone, going down the middle shaft. I need one of you 3 to roll a d20. You choose who.
Here we go.
Look, I'll do it. I got this.
3.
Inspiration.
Walking down this shaft, there is nothing on the left. It is a continuous shaft throughout with many scores against the wall of obvious mining picks. Chunks completely removed where ore was taken away and carted down. After about 200 yards, you reach the end of the shaft at a rugged wall where the
200 years, that's not too bad.
the track is now, that's what I'm looking for, appears freshly laid for the mining carts. Steve is, I told you I was right, man. You're the one who didn't believe me.
It's okay, it happens to everybody.
Far.
Yeah. Okay, so let's check here, Steve.
Coming back down, you start to hear the echoes of voices in the cavern before you get there.
Just preparing myself.
Oh, okay. Steve and Toblerone freak the fuck out. They're immediately gripping their backs. Pig Eyes is like, shit, I didn't know there was going to be an inspection tonight. They ditch back to the far end of this shaft and hide. The voices you hear are echoey, but the few words you can pick out are, come on, Gil. 100, why, shaft.
I listen closer. So I keep looking at maps. Like, that's not mine. That's just a 9. So.
Okay. You don't really hear anything a little more clearly.
Alright, I head back down the shaft a little ways.
What do you roll for hearing things better, miss?
Perception.
Yeah, that one. No, you have your little baby guy right here.
Yes. Yes, I do. That's where he lives. In his shame.
I have a perception propensity, if that helps.
If you want to try to roll, you can, for sure.
Do it.
You can take a second to listen.
I do not have proficiency in it, so.
Plus
+4.
14. Stretching your dragony ears, You hear a little bit. You now hear a heavy dwarven voice responding. I don't get it with this new shaft. There weren't gems there before. That's why we're inspecting, Gil, because this doesn't make sense.
They're confused. It doesn't make sense to them.
I guess I
Feels
have
like-
to relay that to her since she's not speaking.
Okay. Let's go higher. Let's go higher.
You hear Gil's voice. More gems, more money. Why is it a big deal? Gems don't just appear. I thought even humans knew that.
I think it would benefit the group if I ate Gil.
Did you say 8?
Yeah.
Yes, let's just go. Let's go back here and
Maybe
hide
let's
a
go
little
back
bit.
where Steve and Tobler are.
You guys had
I don't
go
think,
on ahead. I'll catch up.
think we should split up.
We'll just go down there. I'll meet you. Just
She'll be behind us.
You hear the voices
behind you.
continue to echo, and then kind of close off as if they just went into a room.
It's probably where the gems are.
well, did we see a room on the way?
You did not.
No, because we didn't take Steve's path.
Well, yeah, but I just meant as far as I figured they would have gotten quieter than before.
I mean, maybe like if we were down here, they kind of.
Yeah. Okay.
Any chance?
I don't know what that would do. Other than freak out
Scare
Steve.
the shit out of them.
Steve and Tobler home, probably.
You just go tap them on the shoulder.
Wait, do you want to head back or?
Yeah.
Steve and Tolverone look freaked out. They're like, are you sure they can get past them? Let's go for it.
Steve, where did you say that your direction was? It was to the right and then the right?
It was down the left. It was down the left shaft to the right. You went down the middle to the left. It wasn't here, so
Okay.
it's obviously.
Yeah, I think probably if we leave, that'll be the best. You guys
Making hand
go ahead. To
gestures.
Steve and Tobler.
So yeah, no, I got it. I am picking up what you're putting down. Steve and Toblerone leave. They try to be as stealthily as possible. They succeed in not making enough sound to attract attention as they exit the cave.
Because we went middle left, and he said it was left,
Well,
right.
but ours
Except-
ended.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
The middle one
Yeah,
had
the
nothing
biggest
on the
one.
left.
Stay straight.
Just stick through.
I assume it didn't have it. What did it have on the right?
I don't
Anything?
know.
The middle one?
No, middle was left. It was the left one going right.
No,
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
mean, like the
Doesn't
one we
lie
went
hands?
down.
Yeah,
didn't
it was
have
just
anything
it was a
visible.
straight
Yes,
shot.
okay.
There was nothing.
Just make sure.
Attacks.
Tax?
No, he said to create an illusion, and I was saying I don't have an illusion, and then was rattling off what I have.
Breaths
Text.
Hands.
Hands.
of jazz.
Hands of strangling.
It would help us choke somebody out if we were choking them with 3 hands.
Yes.
I feel.
Just add an extra
They
one.
don't
That's
die
fine.
faster the more hands you choke them with.
If you're punching them with one, while you're choking
we'll-
them with the other
Yeah,
two.
or holding their hands so they can't push your mage hand away.
So I guess should we follow Steve and Toblerone?
I don't think we should leave. I think we should go
That
to the
seems.
gym.
Okay.
But maybe there are gems.
It's
Do you
worst
wanna-
case scenario, somebody gets thunder waved
Do we want to try and go up the left shaft?
in a mine.
I feel like we should at least
May
go
or may
down
not collapse.
to the end and then maybe wait until they start leaving.
So maybe
Yes.
we walk down to the end and see if we can hear or see
Yeah.
where all the shafts
listen
converge
closely.
in the cave.
I just got a 12.
Going back into the central cavern, you hear the voices echoing from the shaft. Steve said this closed off one was going to be where it was going to be found. Due to the closeness of the shaft, voices are indiscernible, besides that there are 2 speakers.
Worst case scenario, I eat Bill.
Okay, guys.
Okay.
Wait, I want to turn down that shaft out of view.
Turn down for what?
For shaft?
Giggity, giggity, goo.
So unfortunate.
So, I'm sorry. I was a little too focused on my joke. What are you doing?
So I'm going to turn down the shaft that the voices are coming from.
Okay.
And then I'm out of sight. And then I'm going to take on the appearance of one of the guards that was at the entrance that we paid to get past.
Okay.
Exactly, because I have keen mind and I can recall exactly what they look like.
Trixie.
I haven't. You guys don't even know I'm a changeling.
Don't. 'Cause
Yeah.
I would terrify.
I know, but most of the time you don't either, so I'm just impressed.
Looking aghast at your ballsiness, you approach the voices in the room. You see Gil and a dwarf illuminated by torchlight, looking at a door hastily erected to a side wall. Both of them staring at it with frowns upon their faces.
Sir, there were 2 of the miners that were sneaking around, and they just tried to leave. I'm not sure if you might want to alert somebody about that.
Have you been taking bribes again?
No. No, of course not.
Well, I guess they
Well,
came
you
in
know-
on your break, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, I was just
Union.
around the corner. It's not my fault. So I wanted you to know, because I know that you're doing an inspection, and so...
Gundren looks at Gil. I don't trust this by myself. Let's go find the guys. Do you remember their names?
I think there was one named Ed. I'm not really sure, though.
Alright, that must be one of the new guys.
The other one's Toffee Faye.
Toffee face.
They're like, alright. Looks like we'll have to do a crackdown on rules. We're gonna shut this shaft down tomorrow so we can do the inspection in the morning. Gil looks to the dwarf and says, alright, Gundren, guess we'll just be back here in a couple hours anyway. So, the 2 move to leave. They look at you. Thanks for reporting, Ed. We'll find him and crack down.
I head out ahead of them and tuck down a shaft. I think I'm actually just gonna go behind the little, the checkout station and hide behind there and then turn back.
Okay. You see Gundren and Gil leave the cave entirely.
Okay, excellent. Alright, I head back down to the middle and let them know, hey guys, coast is clear. Looks like they're closing up tomorrow, I think, so we should probably get everything we can tonight.
Word.
We
I
over to
imagine
that
that
we Scooby-Doo over to the other town.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, what are you? We got some gems to get now.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Exactly that. We're supposed to be the bars.
-5.
So I guess we'll follow you down to.
All the gems, all the gems, all the gems go in my bag.
Let's do it.
Alright, head to the room.
Going to the room, you see a sealed door with a gigantic lock on it.
Now, is the lock gigantic or is the keyhole gigantic? Like, can you fit a hand in the keyhole?
Or a
You cannot
claw.
fit a hand through the keyhole,
Wow.
but the lock itself is gigantic.
And it's made of,
Metal?
like, the meltable kind?
All metal is meltable?
At a certain temperature.
Is it meltable by, say, a 15-foot cone?
I'm gonna say you'll have to try your luck to see if you melt it.
What kind of door?
I mean, is
What
the
kind
door
of door?
wooden?
Is it wooden?
It's pure metal.
Okay, so the whole thing is metal.
Does anyone have an idea that isn't melting the lock? Because otherwise that's what I'm doing.
I don't know if I have anything else. I mean, I have my crowbar. So, but I don't know if my crowbar is gonna break open a huge metal.
I have great ideas, but I'm sleeping blissfully.
How's your cheese
No one ever woke me up.
Your cheese nap.
Well, she came all the way to the house,
The changeling?
walking and left you there. So.
Yep.
You
didn't even
you
walk
seem
past
like
his
you'd
room.
be trouble.
He was third
and
door
not in
on
a
the
good
left.
way.
She was first door on the left.
Would
So
have
she
to go
wouldn't even have-
back.
She wouldn't even have walked past his room. I mean, can I try the crowbar?
I don't know if I trust you yet.
I want to try my
Then try
crowbar.
the crowbar.
I'm just gonna try it.
Give me a cool rolly roll.
On the lock, not on the door.
Oh my god.
Do you want to add your strength modifier?
Can I
Yeah.
have a 0 strength modifier?
Okay, just make sure.
What are we at?
Actually,
17?
17.
it actually succeeded.
Woo!
Oh, I was gonna say, do you require an additional D6?
I mean,
You need to be bardically inspired for
yeah, my
this.
strength,
bust down the
my,
door.
My strength is plus.
So
It's not
surprisingly,
negative, which is
let's
good.
Not negative.
open the door, and then I'm gonna take a peek before I step inside.
Breaking the lock, the chunks of metal are now on the ground.
16 perception.
Good, I was worried they'd be on the ceiling.
Real quick.
Uh-huh.
Does anyone have dark vision here?
Yes.
60 feet.
You'd have it too, right?
I'm sure.
I don't know.
I think I do.
You do.
Where does it say that?
It would be under your,
Abilities?
it would be under your features and traits.
No, just
Yeah, I don't know that you do.
Just regular dragon vision.
flamey goodness.
I mean, I know you do. I do.
Nope.
I mean, I also have torches.
I do not.
So
I have
Yeah,
torches though,
Torches.
and I can light things on fire.
Are you allowed to light things on fire?
Does she need
I'm
your
a strong,
permission?
independent dragon.
That apparently needs a man.
Yes. Needs
Only needs me.
Or-
Not a man.
or would enjoy. I think.
Not needs, just
Yeah.
greatly would appreciate
Yeah.
eating him.
Girl, you thirsty.
No, no.
So we have vision.
Okay,
But she
you need to let a torch be able to see anything.
Okay. Torch lit.
Torch is lit. It's you, like,
And I used the tinderbox. I didn't like.
oh,
Oh, I figured you just grab a torch off the wall to light too.
I
You're
I
like,
thought
oh.
about it, but then he would be like, "It's filled with magnesium, and now you're dead."
You're all dead.
Because I would do that.
my goal isn't for you to die quickly.
Slowly.
To
Maybe
die
burning to death.
spectacularly.
I'm supposed to have a good time here, okay? I can't have a good time if you just die like right off the bat. That's lame balls.
Unless we make 30 bard backups.
I'm a pile of dead bards.
Right. Bard armor.
30
Barter?
bar backup, be the name of our band.
Barter?
Yes.
I'm trying to fuse the
I
two,
feel
but
like
it's not
30 bard
working
backup
great.
has to be
Barmer?
the name of our band.
Barters. Anyway, so
Stack of dead bodies.
with the dark vision and the torchlight kind of, I mean, bright light, 10 feet, dim light, 30 feet
I
more.
feel like if we, one of us should go further ahead, though, to make sure that we aren't alerting any crap that's down there.
I can go ahead.
We sneak up on them.
We
We
have
can
to
steal
backstab
them
them.
easier.
So I will go ahead of the group a little bit.
Abandoning
It has a
her
spine.
lifelong friend,
It's proud.
Quill goes forward to see the end of the mine. It is approximately 45 feet away. She could see it dimly with her dark vision, but sees that instead of ending in kind of rubble to be worked with, it is a flat surface, as if a carved wall.
So it's not jagged like the other part. It's like smooth. Like someone carved it out specifically.
I guess we go to the smooth surface at the end of this
I
shaft.
want to touch it.
Let's check it out.
Touch it then.
Can we do any... There aren't any gems?
You don't see any gems.
Well, this is a waste.
Can we get through the wall?
Okay, as your hand on the wall.
I'm gonna touch it.
As your hand makes contact with the wall, everything lights up. You see gems along the ceiling, floor, the wall with your hand, and the wall surrounding you. You see gems of every color, but you see them blink in and out, almost as if something is blinking at you.
Did I touch it?
What? It's a wall. It's not an eye.
It's blinking though.
Wait, can we see it or just...
Oh, all the gems
Oh,
are
okay.
visible.
Just
Everyone
making sure.
can see it.
What if we take the gem and then it disappears again when we try to paper something with gem, and then we have to give actual gold for whatever we're trying to buy?
Well, I feel like it's worth the effort at least. Let's see if I can grab one of the gems as it appears.
The gems now solidifying grow in intensity of the light that they're producing. You see white light with diamonds, green with emeralds, red with rubies, blue with sapphires. More gems than you've ever seen in your entire life.
Pickaxe gonna see if I can pry one of those bad boys up.
Dragon. I feel like I've seen gems.
In one place,
No.
take it
feel like-
back.
I
No,
feel
Take
like-
it back.
Bring it back.
I feel like you would go psychotic with all the guns everywhere.
I need you to roll to picky pick.
15.
You have a -1?
Strength.
That's hilarious.
Yes. Oh, I'm tiny.
Slamming the
Prying.
yeah. Well, not thinking of the sticker with the pointy end thing. Using the pickaxe to pry one gem loose, you succeed.
Okay.
You strike a diamond.
Pick it up.
The hole in the wall where the diamond was, you see fluid start to leak out. Fluid that is crimson in color, and then begins to solidify into a gem that is ruby-like, but in one long line, but a deeper red than even the blood that flows through your
Can I cut out a
veins.
bunch of gems and just collect those and leave the other gems on the floor?
You can try. Roll.
Nope.
You don't.
Bardic inspiration?
Would you roll?
It would not be worth
Okay.
it.
It cannot save you.
It cannot. Upon slashing and trying to pry out different gems with your clawy claws, or using a pickaxe,
Might as well be using just my body claws.
you are startled because every gem that you come in contact with, your scales change to match.
What is happening? I don't think we should touch these
Well,
anymore.
that shit on fire.
We can go ahead and leave. I mean, the cave is bleeding at us. I'm not sure that we should be here.
Upon releasing the cave wall and not touching the gems, your scales return to their natural color, plus the agitated tint. Which gem do you touch? You turn the deepest blue you have ever seen.
Can I go over to the one that she's already pulled out and touch it? I just want to touch it. I just want to see if I still change with the ones that aren't in the
You go
wall.
clear. That would be
She does not go clear. She goes pure white.
Okay, that's terrifying.
So I can still change.
chromatic insanity.
Now I want them more.
Are there gems all over the floor?
There are gems everywhere.
We have to pry them out, though.
Yes.
All of them. Mm-hmm.
Is there any space where there are not gems? I could just jam up next to see what happens.
There are spaces that are not gems, but it's really the spaces between the gems. There, let's say there are a couple inches of rock between each gem.
I'm gonna jam a pickaxe into a space that's not a gem.
I took a few steps back as she tries to strike.
I don't
Not
even
quite
know
sure
what
what she's doing
modifier
yet.
that might be.
Strength, 17. Plus
17.
0.
Yeah, plus 0. Just to see what.
You see a stone, or part of the stone, chip away with a small droplet of red. Come forward and solidify.
I don't know what is happening.
But if I wear them, I can change my colors.
I'm gonna try to try out a big ruby.
She's like, what of every color?
7.
Yeah, 6.
You find the edge of the ruby, but you don't quite get it. You successfully get the ruby.
Pocket that one too.
I'm gonna try to get 2.
We just put gems in.
Well,
I
it's
can
a
give it
fashion
2.
statement now.
I
And I
mean,
still
really.
don't get them.
No, you don't.
I quit.
I'll try to get an emerald.
You successfully get an emerald. Where the ruby and emerald were taken, you now see. What do you try to get?
Nothing apparently. I still want the sapphire.
When I hold the emerald, do I change color?
You do not.
So it's obviously somehow tied to you. That's
I think we should take some of the blood stuff.
Okay.
But I can't seem to get any
Well,
of it.
where it trickled down and the weird stuff, can I just break that off since it's a smaller piece? It's more
No, you can
fragile.
try.
So it looks more fragile and easier to break off.
You
So.
succeed in breaking it off. Upon breaking it off, you see a little more red liquid come from the broken portions and re-solidify. At this point, you start to feel a deep rumble through the cave.
Let's head out.
I have a weird feeling that whatever we're touching might be alive.
Let's shuffle
So
back.
maybe we should go.
Okay, let's go.
Turning around to leave, you see the entrance to the cave, or the entrance to this portion is now smaller than what it was.
Let's run.
And a wave.
Everyone needs to roll a d20 dexterity check.
19. Ooh, sexy.
The group drops their pickaxes and makes a mad dash as they see it grow smaller and smaller. With, instead of closing flatly, you start to see sharp pointed stalagmites or stalactites come from each opening, and you just barely leap through as it closes behind you. The wall now perfectly smooth.
Oh crap. That was creepy.
That was not what I was expecting. Well, at least I got a couple.
I got an emerald. What'd you get? Ruby and a
Diamond and some more
and some goo.
ruby blood.
Blood rubies. Blood diamonds.
Some interesting shaped jewelry.
This
right
is
there.
a blood diamond cave.
Where are we?
There are also blood emeralds and blood sapphires.
Blood everything. Alright, so maybe we should just leave
Yeah, I think
and
so.
take what we have and get crap out of
Do we
here.
want to look around the room where the guys were and see if there's anything valuable in there? Like past the door. So there was a door that they closed to. I just assume that there's stuff in that room, in that space. Maybe not.
So did they went like
So-
up the shaft and then into a room where we were?
Yes.
Was there anything in that room that was?
No, every path that they walked, you followed, and you have not all the valuables that you saw, but everything you could carry back.
All right.
So then I'm gonna walk back out into the main cave and put my pick.
I dropped mine when I was heading out, so
If I still have.
Everyone dropped theirs.
Oh, did they drop it?
Yeah.
we're like, oh,
Sorry.
crap.
When in doubt, do not care about pickaxes.
Though, if you needed to pry your way out, I feel like a pickaxe would be handy to have.
Or
Thunderwave. I'm just
Double thunder
I'm just gonna leave now. Are the
Yeah,
guards
let's
still
head
out
out.
Leave that
front?
up
Do
there.
they know what's up?
Yeah.
Leaving.
How do we feel about them keeping our gold?
not
they
good.
They don't have mine.
They don't have mine,
Hmm.
but I mean, we could try to get yours back.
I mean, we can get yours back. I could punch somebody.
How tough do these guys look?
They are burly dwarven guards, both with great battle axes.
Yeah, it's probably okay.
15-foot cone.
I'm gonna go out to the guard and say, "Alright, dudes, I don't know what's going on in there, but it was crazy, and I think you need to give this lady her gold back."
Something's alive in there. I don't know if you saw.
The guard looks at you skeptically. It's a mine. It's rocks. Rocks aren't alive.
Have you ever been in
rocks.
there, or do you just stand out here doing nothing, being a waste of space?
I stand out here protecting the assets of Gundren and his brother Rock
You
Seekers.
did a really good job, because I got an emerald.
You paid for that emerald.
I paid you nothing.
Steve paid for that emerald.
I want you to give her her gold back.
No.
Can I try to persuade?
You can try to persuade.
Oh, I was gonna try to pickpocket them all.
13.
I don't think I'm gonna be very successful, but
13!
Wait, what? How'd you get a 20?
I think it.
It moved.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you rolled.
I had
okay.
an 8.
I was about to be like, what?
It jiggled when you rolled, but I
Yeah.
can take it.
No.
Okay, I am gonna.
I burned them to crisp now.
I'm gonna try to pickpocket one of them because we're kind of like circle around. Okay, so there's the two here, and she's like being over here,
Give her my
and I'm kind of like right back here behind
Yes.
one of them.
Mhm.
Okay, try it. Working.
Okay, plus my perception. 13. You do not successfully pickpocket.
Please just stand back.
It's, yes.
So I'm gonna look at Ruse and be like,
Yes.
I'm gonna use my draconic ancestry and my breast weapon.
I'm about to kill
It's about to get fiery up in here.
To make the fire.
Yeah. Since I have fire resistance, that's why I'm just gonna stand like in front of her,
So-
like, don't look.
Both of the guards have to make a saving throw.
Mm-hmm. Of at least 12. Correct?
Yes.
Which one is the
But
gold?
even if they fail,
They'll take damage.
or even if they succeed, they still take half damage.
Yes, they do. That is one success. 16. And 13. 2 successes.
You still take half the damage of 2d6s.
Yeah, yeah.
That is 8. First one takes 4. Second one takes... So always rounded up, so 3 would be 2. Taking a deep breath and gouting a giant flame breath onto these unsuspecting dwarven guards.
They were jerks.
I'm gonna say one jerkiness outweighs the other, but I could be wrong.
Thunderwave?
If we thunderwave for both sides at the same time, would they get crushed to death?
I feel like they would take additional force damage because
This is
Yeah.
a question that Matt had. He's like,
Yeah, he was like, if you thunderwave from here, and I thunderwave from here.
Feel like be effective.
knock their heads.
both dwarven guards able to hide behind their battle axes a little bit to mitigate some of the damage are quite singed very pissed off. How dare you? Just where do you get off? Just because you're a dragon doesn't mean you can't go around like doing dragon burps on people. That is the rudest thing I've ever had. Get away from here now. Your gold is ours. You paid and you got your access, and that was that. Leave now.
Do we have to do this with like combat turns or?
If we are gonna go into combat, then we roll for initiative.
We're gonna get ourselves dead. Fart power.
I mean, could probably take them.
We probably
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with trying.
Do we know how strong they are?
Strong enough?
Yeah.
The party?
Did they want to join our party? That was their initiation. Her friend's
you're trying to persuade them.
We do a legitimate trial by fire here.
That just means she likes you. And I just like bump the dude. I actually am doing that. So,
okay.
And then
While they're distracted by this,
Wait,
can I try to?
I should have tried to speak with the cave because I forgot I had speak with animals.
Is the cave an animal?
It's a something,
This is something that's
It's a cave.
but it's like if they have an intelligence past like 4, it doesn't work.
I feel like this cave is
okay, so first I'm gonna try to do the like, hey, just means she likes you. Just kind of like persuade.
Oh my god!
Yeah!
Oh, that's horny.
Bitchin'!
Oh my gosh.
It succeeds. Upon hearing that this just means that the Dragonborn likes them, both guards are immediately okay
highly
with
aroused.
this. I said, okay. But what happens if they don't like you?
You don't want to find out.
Okay, we'll stay on your guys' good side. Just have a good night.
Okay, I'm gonna turn person.
Give us the gold.
DC 14.
Can I
Wins.
smile at them? Do you need me to roll? For
I need you to
smile
roll
again?
for smiles.
The whole point is to get the gold back. At least hers.
Yeah, I'm
I don't care about mine.
You
trying
failed.
for,
Well,
you know,
succeed in
all
smiling.
of it, 'cause
You
we
don't
all
succeed
had a
in
bad
making
time,
them
so
any
like
less
150
creepy.
gold
I was
wouldn't be
actually
bad.
trying to make them a little more creeped out.
That's a failure on that wisdom saving roll.
Excellent. You know, because I really think Toblerone and Steve and I, you know, we really need our gold back because we didn't really get what we were wanting, and there was an inspection and we didn't know that there was going to be one, so.
And also a monster.
Turning one turning to the other is just like, you know, I mean, that's actually a decent point. I mean, it's what is. We weren't expecting this haul anyway tonight, so it's no big deal. And the guy's like, are you, dumb? Like, why are you, as he's giving all of the gold back to you, he's like, why are you, you know what? Whatever. You owe me all the drinks for this, though. This is bullshit. You get...
I will totally help you out. Just tell him that Dari sent you at the inn. They'll totally hook you up.
Really? He doesn't hook anybody up.
He's a good friend of mine.
Okay. Whatever.
Good old Gil.
Maybe we got 200 gold back?
So you
150.
got 50 gold.
Times 3.
Yes. From Steve,
Yours.
Toblerone, and double Steve
you
for
didn't
you.
get any
didn't
gold
give me
back.
Oh, yeah, no, it was 200. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, because she didn't get many. She intimidated.
No, but it Toblerone, Steve, me, and
Steve
Steve paid for you. So
200. You now have 200 gold pieces.
I put that on my belt.
We'll let her take that. Because, I mean, I didn't pay. I don't care.
I got to light people on fire, so I'm happy.
Yeah, I have no care.
And then they were awkwardly okay with it.
They're like, oh,
After they got singed. That was amazing.
I'm so scared.
I like that.
I convinced them that this is okay. Like, I
And
saw
then
that,
took
I was
all
like,
their gold.
this is the moment it gets a 20. Like, I don't know how to respond to this.
This makes
I
me
like how
happy.
you left them confused and awkwardly aroused.
I mean, they're just a half chub.
Like, I don't know how I feel about
I
this,
feel
but
about
I'm
this,
feeling
but
a little good about it. Had a good night. Good guard shift.
Awkward and half aroused is kind of my jam. That's what I do.
Yeah. Meow.
This is fantastic.
And with that, the three of you make your way back to Findalen.
Excellent. So I'm not gonna go back to the inn though. I'm gonna no, I do need to go back there real quick, grab my stuff, and then head over to the abandoned house.
And you
Here
all
comes
stay there
An
tonight?
abandoned
She's gonna
house.
come chill in the abandoned house.
Sweet.
Just
And
in case that guy tries to hit up his drinks tonight.
You don't want to be there.
at this point, it is now 4 a.m.
Take a quick cat nap.
3 hours have passed, and take your nap.
Wait for rental hand.
Mhm. And I think that's where we should call this for the moment.
Yes.
Fabulous.
Cool. I mean, closing remarks? Do we say anything?
How much XP for this engine?
You get like 1 XP per
Milestone.
body hair. Like.
Milestone.
You get
You level up when I goddamn will say you can. Nobody does know the shafts I've seen.